that. I got that from a movie that Robin Williams was in. Some of you may know him or heard of him. And he was a funny guy, but he had issues, and he was still able to be one of the funniest people that you ever heard. But you could you could, if you wanted to, you could really tell something is wrong with him. Anytime you got somebody who can act like so many different people, okay, uh, there is there's a name for that. I don't know what it is, but we were blessed to have him to be able to act like funny people, or he could make you laugh. Okay, he didn't want to act like, you know, the opposite of that. So we were blessed, and he gave until his time was required somewhere else. Okay, and that's the best we could do. I like to tell you that, hey, we're all going to go to heaven on the little rowboat, clap clap. But chances are pretty good uh, you had to get the boat to the bank. Then you had to get in the boat without flipping it, okay? Unless it's like a cruise ship or something. And then you had to pull away from the shore. That, my friend, is hilarious to see people do that who haven't done it before or who don't know. So, how to do that. So, wear a life jacket, okay? So, I wanted to talk a little bit this morning about karma and how it uh, can, I guess it can work for you. I haven't really had karma work against me, and I never really thought about karma. The best thing I could do for karma is try to see what it's replacing, because you new people and you young people on this planet, you change the names of stuff. So I'm going to try to figure out the closest I could think of is, well, what goes around comes around. Okay, so you try to live a good life so that you get good things in return. Then the problem is bad things happen to good people. Somebody told me once, uh, oh, you're a really nice guy, and I don't know. I must have been cynical that day, and instantly thought, yeah, but good guys finish last. So I probably should have just taken the comment or the compliment, but it's just something that you learn. All right, young people, here's what you have to understand. Okay, if you see something, I want you to believe half of it. All right, and I don't want you to believe any of what you heard happen. Okay, particularly with the Orange Man. Let's say he's pretty active nowadays, and everybody's using AI, and um, you don't know if you're listening to him, something he said, or something that someone else said. So um, you try to keep up with it, but uh, what's the point? Whatever is going to happen is what's part of the plan. Okay, so everybody knows that. Let's just say, for the sake of the conversation, this could not be true, or it could be true. The evil people have to tell you what they are doing, so karma doesn't get them. Okay, and so far that's pretty much what they're doing. So I read a video, I read a post today about Cat Williams. Cat Williams, I think he had a moment of clarity or something, and he's getting ready to do some very significant um, charitable work. One thing about having a lot of money is, after a while you get bored. You've done everything that you had on your to-do list, and now what else is there? So some just keep acquiring. Okay, And I guess he said, you know what, I'm going to give back. Now here's the problem with that. What if he didn't say that? Okay, because with AI and Chat GBT or all these things, what if he didn't say that? Okay, now he's going to he's going to get the accolades for it before he finally after he finally hears that this is going on. All right, or this karma thing is out there. So he might catch um, bad karma for that because he didn't actually say it. Okay. So this is what I want for you. Oh, who came in the room? Hey, Mahoy. Hey, Mahoydian. Ahmed. And how are you? I'm okay. I'm just trying to get people to like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'm up to 303 subscribers. I noticed that Karma began to give me subscribers when I started asking for them. I'm one of those people who've been on this platform since it started, since its inception, since the beginning of the internet. Yes, I am that old. And I never asked people to like and to subscribe to my channel. But once I did, I found that people did. So that's what karma what will do for you young people. If you want something, yeah, put it out there in the universe. You have to ask, and then the universe will make that happen because it's already set. If you build it, they will come. I want you to think like that. So it wasn't fast. I've done. I've got this. I'm 305 subscribers, probably in less than a year. Even though I've been on here since like 2012, and I've seen the difference between asking and not asking. Okay, so the universe wants to give you something. All right, but you just have to learn how to ask. Okay, be nice about it. Make sure um, it's part of what you're supposed to be doing. So, for example, I am supposed to be talking to people. That's pretty much all I do. And but I never really thought about making money off of it. I just like to talk to people. I like to talk to people about the creator of heaven and earth. I like to talk to them about karma. I like to talk to them about suicide pre- prevention. Okay. I just got a report on my For You page that melanated teenagers in between the ages of 12, 13, and like up to 17 or something, the suicide rate is increasing. And it's really sad. It doesn't have to be that way. I know their minds aren't developed yet. Their mouth is, but their minds aren't really developed enough to understand that, well, just because it's bad today, it doesn't mean it's always going to be bad. They haven't grasped that in order to get to the other side, you got to cross a river. Try not to have a hole in your boat or something like that there. Um, but it takes effort. Since a river is moving, and if you can see your sign when you get in the boat, if you don't pull the boat toward that way, you're going to end up downriver, and you may become someone. The chief minister will also be the DMK Mukasan, CM. Okay, thank you for the heads up on that. All right, I'm sure that I'll find out more about that as time goes on. But I don't know everything, and if I hear something and if I get a chance to pass it on, trust me, if it's good, I'm going to pass it on. All right. So don't commit suicide. Okay. You're better for us if you stay, become the funniest person on the planet, and but still have issues. Okay. When we grew up, several of our movie stars and comedians had issues. All right, so that's why I was talking to you about Cat Williams and what he is allegedly supposed to be offering to the people who helped him get to the top. All right, there's no problem with that. Um, but that comes with a lot of money. Again, once you've done everything there is to do with your wealth, I mean, it gets boring. All right, there's nothing to do, and you're thinking at the bottom of the barrel, oh man, I bet you I could think of something to do. No, really, you can't. There's only a few things that you can do. Uh, uh, Travel, okay, and um, eat food from different places. All right. Once you go down that path, you can either take somebody with you or you can go yourself. But that's pretty much all there is. Okay. Now, if you, though, become active in the kingdom of heaven, then your focus is going to be the people. This is how I know if he did say that, then he had a moment of clarity. Just remember, money is not real. My form of money is a form, okay? Uh, Money, everybody knows, is not real. And I'm pretty sure, since it doesn't grow on trees, since it isn't real, I could have as much of it as anybody else can. I could have as much of it as I can carry. Okay? So kind of look at it like that. Um, don't, but find a reason to live. And I find using these platforms, it's a pretty good reason to live because I get to help somebody. I get to speak into 304 people's lives that I probably will never meet, but every once in a while somebody will pop on in the comments or the chat and say, you know what, you blessed me today. Okay. And karma will hear that and try to make sure that you get more of that. You want to know where I have a couple of three people in here who might not be from the United States. Um, the United States has come out of what they call the WHO, the World Health Organization. Okay, the Orange Man did that. He's done some good stuff and he's done some questionable stuff. Like for example, our situation currently. Okay, he is just following the plan. It isn't his plan. He may be taking credit for it, but trust me, he didn't come up with this on his own. Okay, especially with the support system he has or his cabinet. They're all for him, and they want to support him. But he's done some really questionable things, and they're not his ideas. Some say that he's a friend to melanated people, and others say he is not. So if he makes a decision melanated people, he's if he melanated people, he's all right. And so it's hard for him to get any movement going because karma will hear these uh, complaints. All right, and the one thing that you're going to have to learn about karma, young people, it is not. It does not care who you are or what you're doing. It wants to give you more of what you are uh, either going to use. Okay, so for example, on this platform, we use the thumbs up and the thumbs like for both of them. It's kind of like if you're going to go over and let's say blow up Iran or something like that. Okay, you also want to uh, get, make some kind of plans to reparate those people. All right, after you blowed everything up, now you got to go back in and fix it up. I don't get it. I don't understand that thinking. Like the United States had to do for Japan. They had to rebuild that Joker. No wonder they're ahead of us. All right, when they dropped the bombs on Nagasaki and uh, the bomb on the other place. All right, they made their point, but they still now they had to go in and rebuild it. Now they are ahead of us in technology. So what was the point there? Okay, so please like this video. Help me get 1,000 subscribers. Subscribe to the video. The more people who like it, do it now, so you don't have to worry about it later. All you're going to find is you're going to agree with some of the things I say, and you're not going to agree with some of the things I say. So, the way karma has it is the more people who like my videos, then karma will make sure I get more likes. That's just how it works, young people. It's out of your hands, okay? Only thing that you can do is start it, like the Orange Man did. He is he makes deals. I don't know. I'm going to run the United States like a business. I'm not really sure where he was getting this information from, but the United States has been run like a business for quite a few years now. I'm going to go as far as saying at least 20 to 50 years. It's been a business. They long since stopped being for the people, by the people, or and of the people. All right. Anytime that your leaders don't ask you, hey, do you want us to help Australia or something like that? There, um, do you want us to help bail out another country that is part of the alliance or something like that? There, um, and if they just do it, okay, something is missing. I like Captain Abraham Traore. What he decided to do was something that was really long overdue, and a couple people have tried this, and they got, which is sad, because what they're trying to do is they want to keep what comes out of the ground there where they live, and they want to have control over it. One thing about the one thing the oppressor never under you get more than you do with vinegar. The species to learn how to help each other. I want you to become like a bee. I want you to go plant to plant, pollinate, all right? And then at the end of pollination season, or whatever it is. But our oppressor has never been able to do that. Okay, we have all these bases all over the world, okay, and it costs untold millions of dollars, to feed those guys and gals down there, right? And then you have to pay them, okay, all right, and then since they're overseas, they make extra for that. Why don't they just go in, teach the people? So, for example, some of those places over there, um, on the outskirts of the desert and stuff like that, there's water. Okay, so what some do-gooders decided to do was dig wells, and the well, they didn't really uh, make it a condition the water, you have okay. So the oppressor here that we follow, he will dig a well, but then he's going to put a guard on it. Okay, kind of like what they're doing over there in the Strait of Hormuz. Okay, uh, it's it's their company. I don't. It's their country. I don't know what is happening that the Orange Man all of a sudden decided that he could take Greenland if he wanted to. He could land our planes wherever he wanted to. What happened? We actually recycled and used because I learned young people, if you notice or not, but with the terrorists, as bad as they are, um, um, I started paying it a little bit of attention. Um, People don't recycle like they used to. People used to take our recycling, okay, our clothing, recycling, and they would sell them over there in their country, okay. But they stopped doing that, and we still have recycle programs. So I guess they're waiting for recycling to come back. I'm not really sure what their thing is, but now that the guy is here with the plastoline that he uses for gasoline uh, cars or refueling cars, now maybe we won't have to recycle. Now we won't have to send this stuff overseas. So it's like anything else. He's come up with an idea that it's his time. He keeps. I'm trying to advertise it. He decided that he wouldn't uh, patent it, okay? Because you know what happens if you patent something in this country, holy moly! And if it's against the, let's say, oligarchs, it might not go well for you. And I'm not going to say that it's the oligarchs that will make it go that way, but karma is, it's a monster. Okay, um, they won't even accept a patent if it isn't something uh, that's that could be done by humans or something like that. You're going to have to learn about patents. So if the creator of heaven and earth gives you an idea, it's it's to help others. Okay, it isn't for you to live high off the hog. If you come up with something that everybody can use and everyone is grateful for, they'll take care of you for the rest of your life. Okay, and pressed down, shaken together, multiplied, and running over, shall men give into your bosom. All right, that's what the Bible says. That is way better than karma. Okay, so come on, guys, have fun. No more suicides. No more wars. Let's get this plastoline thing I'm going, and let's let's make karma our friend. Okay, you need to be as wise as the serpent. And unfortunately, that takes effort that most people just don't want to give. It's easier to just go along at first until you figure out. I told someone the other day, um, I have a nice voice. Some of you might say, yeah, you do. Okay. And I'm just easy to listen to and I'm articulate. And what we used to call that when we were growing up is I talk white. Okay. Um, okay. So what I, all right, what was I talking about? Okay, so pressed down, shaken together, multiplied, and running over shall men give into your bosom. And since that's be a problem, around you can't carry it, you can't store it anywhere because somebody's going to steal it. You know, like they did at the Louvre, where they have all the artwork and stuff like that. Somebody just decided that they were going to go in and steal it, and they did in broad daylight. Okay, so people, I, the Bible says, don't store up your riches on heaven where the canker worm can steal young people. Come up with an idea. It came from the Creator. Give it to His people. Moses got the idea that he was going to free all of these slaves out of nowhere. He didn't have a boat. He didn't have a cart. He didn't have uh, a train. Okay, he just got the idea and he started doing that. He spoke it into the universe or the Creator. Spoke it into his life, and Karma just made that happen. Okay, and just the way the adversary is they just found another way to put people in slavery. So, for those of you who may not know this, you're still a slave. It's just uh, not the brutal kind. All right, but you are in slavery that takes the long game. Okay, and then when you find out the truth, it should really piss you off. All right, you'll know the truth when you hear it, and it will set you free. But you're just going to have to learn how to do it. So if you're in bondage, you're going to have to learn how to take off your handcuffs. You're going to have to learn how to take off your shackles. Take the shackles off my feet so I can dance. I want to praise. Uh, go out of slavery into freedom and praise and worship me. Again, now all he's saying, he's not saying that he needs prayers, praise and worships. I mean, he's God. If you don't want to praise and worship him, he can make another one that looks just like you. All right, so it isn't that so much. But he was like, okay, come out here. I'm going to send you to the promised land. All right, and everybody wanted to come out of bondage, out of Egypt, but they pretty much didn't really accept what the creator of heaven and earth was saying, but was glad that he was setting them free. Okay, so um, this is why you hear people say, I'm blessed, uh, thank God, won't he do it, and stuff like that. These people are literally doing what is required of them. And it is required of you to praise and worship him out here in the wilderness. All right, this is where we are. The wilderness is anywhere outside of um, slavery, okay, and bondage. All right, because if you're in slavery and bondage, of course, you're not in the wilderness. So kind of look at it like that. So I want you to find a reason to start praising and worshiping him. All right, and one way you can do it is first thing in the morning. With AI is a wonderful different frequencies and stuff like that. There, 741, 111, and it just keeps giving me frequencies. It gives me other frequencies, and these are things that I might not have used when I was in slavery. Okay, but now that I'm free, I got a different mindset, and I'm finding that since we came out of the World Health Organization, a lot of this information is coming available. Now, it is appointed once to man to die. All right. So I'm not trying to live forever. But it would be nice if I could have an out of body experience or something like that there and see what it's like in the ethereal world and stuff like that. But I am finding that since we came out of the World Health Organization, hey, who is that? Coco Barbie. Grand Rising. Okay, so I'm finding that since we came out of the World Health Organization, uh, these things actually work. Yoga works, all right. But it's not instant. It's not like getting high. If you smoke a joint or something, um, the federal government has changed the classification of marijuana. It used to be very bad, but they gave it a rating now where it's not so bad. Okay, so you strong and moving in the right direction, it'll eventually it'll happen. Okay, but it has to go through the adversary. Just remember that there are people who want to oppress you. There are people who don't want you to smoke that. Okay, there are people who didn't want us to drink alcohol and stuff like that. They're waiting until you find out the real story behind prohibition. It wasn't that they didn't want people to drink on Sundays. Yep, okay. It turns out it was against something that one of the oppressors, uh, people were drinking the alcohol, and the oppressor, he needed it. He needed whatever the alcohol's uh, made out of. It was taken away from his business. So he pulled some strings, and he got them to uh, stop everybody from drinking. But what they had to do, what was they had to come up with a plan for it. Okay. Now, once they tried the plan, and it was somewhat successful because um, one thing the adversary doesn't really understand, and this is why he has to keep changing his plans, that he's kind of outnumbered. There are more with us. All right. So you do not have to commit suicide. There are more with us than are against us. The trick is for you to um, reach out for it, find it. All right. It's not going to come to you. Okay. That's why you got two legs and a bus pass or a couple dollars to catch a bus. If you're not get where you are, then go somewhere else. Look how many times that you have moved in your lifetime. Okay, and almost every time you moved, you either moved into a better place or you had to move because you're not doing whatever they want you to do, staying where it is you had to stay, or worse, staying. All right. So moving is part of life. Don't get set on, hey, I'm always going to live in California because everybody knows that California is sinking. Okay. So that might not be a strategy. Okay. So you might want to move a little further away from old Smoky or Old Faithful there because that particular place, it's really a volcano, or it's really I don't know. I don't know why anybody would go in it. Okay, I see. I don't have any adrenaline. I'm not going there. I'm not a adrenaline junkie. If I try to do a out of body experience or something, and if I find myself going around there, and I'm like, oh wow, wake up, come back, okay, because they have said for years that that thing is on the fault line. And just like in Africa, I don't know if you guys are keeping up with that, but there is a new river being built right in Africa. And it doesn't have anything to do with like a Panama Canal kind of situation. It just started. It just started on this water is cracking the rocks and the firm or the rocks and the land from beneath. So the water is seeping through the porous or whatever. The Bible tells you all your answers are in the Bible. Please read it. It'll tell you what to do about being depressed. What it's going to come down to is what you're eating or what you're not eating. Okay? The Bible says it gave you clear instructions that He's giving you seed for meat. And if you want to go to one of these fast food places and eat that type of meat, it's just not going to go well for you. I'm sorry. Um, I have to go past a smorgasbord of fast food places, Arby's, Wendy's, Vocelli's, and your convenience stores. Um, every day, Applebee's is down there, and it takes a lot for me not to go in there. All right, I used to go when I was working, and I knew that I was going to get another paycheck, and at the end of the week or something. All right, I might go, but now that I don't have a paycheck all like that, I just don't go to those kinds of places anymore. Once in a while, the parasite that's in me will will want something, because I've done a gut cleanse. I do uh, spirulina, or I do the, what is that stuff I take? It's the stuff that turns your water blue. Yeah, chlorophyll. I believe it is, but it doesn't get all the parasites. Thank you for coming out of the World Health Organization, because once we came out of that, we kind of got the remedies and stuff to the people. Um, so the people, have you ever looked at one of the Rothschilds and see how old they look? Okay. So they've been using these types of remedies. Now that we came out of the World Health Organization, some of these remedies are coming around to the average person. All right. So the cleaner you get on the inside, the cleaner you're going to look on the outside. But it's going to take a while. And I have so many remedies on my counter. It takes up the majority of my counter. I'm not really like a pill person, so I like to take a tincture. Tincture is just drops, okay, uh, of whatever you're trying to um, get to, or whatever parasite you're working on. So sometimes they don't always have the tinctures, so I might have to get a physical pill. I'm just not a pill person. All right. Sunday, this is what, Wednesday. Sunday, I'm looking in my pill box, and I didn't take the pills. I'm like, okay, I got a little Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I put all my medication in that, and I'm, I miss Sunday. Okay. Now that I'm taking those pills, I haven't really taken the tincture. So that's what you'll find out about healthy. All right, but you're going to have to do something, because karma. If you take care of your health, karma will give you something. All right, to do that, karma will give you more of whatever you're asking for. So let it be something that's good. Okay, uh, okay, all right. Not something that's bad. If you have depression, or if you have all that, then let karma bring you antidepressants. All right? Listen to the comedians, okay? But you have to keep doing it. It takes forever. Karma does not cure you, okay? You have to heal yourself. Now that we are out of the World Health Organization, now the stuff that you need to actually heal yourself, which is in the Bible, it says, physician, heal thyself, or physician, heal thyself. I have never heard a word called physician. Okay. But the Bible says, physician, heal thyself. Okay. And all you have to do is look at your health like a country western song played backwards. Okay. Once your health gets so bad, now that we're out of the World Health Organization, you're going to get your health back. You're going to get your eyesight back. All right. But it doesn't happen right away. You have to keep doing it. What we do is we figure, okay, well, I wasn't sick last year, so there's no reason for me to make any changes. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Okay. And then when you finally realize that, hey, it's an issue, then it's built up so much. It's kind of like cancer. They say that if you smoke, cancer builds up. It metabolizes or something like that there. Now, the people who believe that in the medical field and stuff like that there, Uh, okay, it turns out that there is a truth that's also uh, something that you should consider. So, for example, if you have a cancer, did you know that cancer is really defending the body? Who knew? So, what the barbarians, I mean, so what the medical guys will do, I think I think I'm funny, so I might, stammer on a word or something like that there. But hey, if you need medical advice, seek yourself a competent medical physician or someone in that field. But it turns out that cancer is actually good. All right, but the way they do it is they treat it like it's bad. Who knew? So, for example, I have hypertension, okay, or pre hypertension. 120 over 80 is good, and then anything else over that is hypertension. Okay, so I all kinds of readings. Okay, I try to take my reading in the morning, and I try to take it at night before I go to bed. And I try to generally be in bed by 10. Okay, because uh, I'm at that age where when I get done doing whatever I'm doing, I got to go home and take a nap. You know what I'm saying? I can't even drink a can of beer and finish it because the medication I'm taking it kind of wards me off of the beer. Okay, um, so whatever that medication is, it makes you sleepy. So you can drink more than that. It's a wonderful pill. Okay, because when I retired, I thought that hey, now I can drink beer every day. That's a bad plan. So if that's your plan, you might want to come up with something else. Okay, so please don't do that. Okay, because it changes your everything. Changes your attitude. It changes your smell. Okay, and you're generally not pleasant to be with, even though you're doing something you like. But the person that has to deal with that, it I'm telling you, it isn't pleasant. One of the worst things to do, young people, and if you want to beat depression, okay, uh, if you like music, do not marry somebody who likes to read. Okay, if you do not like the smell of a fish, do not marry a sea captain. It's just not going to work. Okay, a sea captain will love a girl named Brandy, and since he's since he's um, uh, what is it when they go to the bar and they kind of like sit there all day, wallowing in their beer or something? It's called something that 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 they do. But anyway, whenever they come in from like the Alaskan Ocean or something like that, they have to wait for their ship to be unloaded and cleaned, and then they go back out. Well, that is a very dangerous job, but I hear it pays pretty good. All right. Recently, one of those types of ships had one of you young people on it. Now, the old sea captain, he's not taking videos. He already knows that there's stuff in that ocean that that we don't know about. Okay, you can call them mermaids, you can call them whatever you want. But one of you young people got on there, and you happen to be outside one night. It's pitch black on the ocean, by the way. Okay, if the moon is going over your ship, eventually it's going to go so far away from the ship that it's pitch black. Okay, but be of good cheer. The ship is going to have lights and stuff like that there. And one of you young people started hearing mermaids. Okay, uh, we believe that they might not be like the Little Mermaid. Okay, we believe they're quite unappealing to look at. But the way we used to, when we grew up thinking about mermaids, we thought they would be like half a fish and half a woman. I never really thought about a male mermaid until the cartoons actually showed us one, like uh, maybe the original Aquaman. I think the original Aquaman probably never really came out of the water. Okay, so he was half fish and half man. But as Hollywood would have it, eventually he became an Avenger or something. And he had legs now. Okay, but his power was really still affixed to the ocean. Okay, so all right, so there is much for you to learn, young one, and eventually you're going to learn how to live with your level of whatever you have. If it's ADD, ADHD, look at me. I have had all those symptoms, and uh, I'm I'm fine. I'm okay. I'm not going to go out and play in traffic. I learned from playing in traffic when I was a youth. So uh, I'm not going to do that while I'm older. I try to keep my car safe. So the only playing on the road I'm going to do is driving on it. And I'm not trying to take Route 66 just for a tour or anything, okay? So anyway, if you're having bouts with depression, I just want you to know it's normal. You're not the only one who has it. Okay, it's the way society is that they don't really talk about it, but it's quite disturbing that the ages for um, suicide are beginning at age 12 and 13 up to and through your teenage years. That it's a I mean it's a waste. You have something that you can give. You don't have to give everything you have, but maybe you can rap. Okay, maybe you can cut grass. Okay. Do you know how many people can't cut grass? Do you know how many people wish that they could cut grass? All right. Even though you're depressed, well, you still got your health. So there is a way for you to get out of yourself, use your health to, or karma to give you what you need. Okay. Now that we're out of the World Health Organization, we're finding out there's cures for cancer, there's cures for AIDS, STDs and stuff like that there. And we are actually going back to the old days where we would heal ourselves, where our kitchens are apocryphas or apothecaries. All right, you're learning about onions mixed with, what do you call them things? Onions and I could see them, but I just can't get a name of them. Onions, cloves, and garlic. Okay, um, garlic. If you have garlic on your breath, a vampire won't bite you. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of a funny way to look at it, but um, if you mix these or somehow, it'll take care of half your problems. Here's what the Bible said. He gave you seed for meat. If you ever look at a piece of garlic, it looks like a seed. Okay, all right. Now, so you can smash it up and put some honey on it. Because we don't like the strong stuff. We like sweet. We like sugar. Don't need to take pretty good that your sugar outtake or intake is really the chain. Okay, and that's because they haven't taught us that most of what we eat either has sugar in it or gets turned into sugar after we eat it. So this is how people get sick from sugar or diabetes and stuff like that because they haven't learned that, yeah, sugar is an issue. So what you want to do is you want to learn, well, what turns into sugar? Okay, and if you're an athlete or something, okay, maybe you'll burn it off, but you want to find out, okay, well, what turns it into sugar? Potatoes, okay. um, all right, but basically, it's anything, okay. I mean, oranges and stuff like that there, and mangoes. Oh my goodness, I had a mango the other day. Ugh. And I took, I have another one for today, and I like my mangoes to ripen. All right, because if I try to eat them like as soon as I get them, a mango is one of the things that doesn't spoil like after 2 or 3 days. Like so, if I buy some berries, I'd have to put them in the refrigerator and freeze them um, because I don't know how long it took to get to the United States or where they actually pick them from. But by the time you get them home, a couple of days later, they start spoiling and stuff. But be of good cheer, which is something everybody likes milkshake, right? Whether you are whether you are depressed or not. So, whatever you have, take what you have and sell it to get what you need. If you don't have something, go out and help somebody. I like being around people because they will bring their stuff with them. And if they like you, they'll give you some of it. Okay, just like Cat Williams is doing, or is alleged to be having I'm planning to do. He just got all the money in the world, so now he's going to start giving back. Okay, I don't know how something like that can become hindsight, but okay, in hindsight, that's a good thing. And if I need whatever he's offering, fine. What we have and what we need, I always believe that other people have it. If I only make $7.25 an hour, and that's what minimum wage has been, even though some places, like some fast food places, will pay you 15, $18 an hour, but the minimum wage is still only $7.25, and the people, your government knows that. Okay, so they have made some changes, and I think the minimum wage, they are getting rid of everybody uh, that's diverted, that's diversity, uh, and DEI or something. All right. So now they're getting rid of all those people. Now that the minimum wage to work for the federal government is higher. But be of good cheer. There's still things with the federal government that you can use, whether you are a candidate for DEI or not. You know, it's funny how the ones who shot that down, DEI, they actually got their positions because they were DEI. So it's a plan. Try to figure out the plan, pick it up wherever the plan is, and just go from there. Okay. And if you can, remember to like my video. That'll make the algorithm will just send it to more people, and subscribe to my channel. Okay. Are there any questions? Okay. Love you all. You can catch me on my Facebook page. It should also be David David. And what I'll do is the stuff that I didn't have time to get around here, I'll finish on the Facebook channel. I like to do the lives. I like to do them and catch somebody right now, right where they are. Somebody that needed to hear, hey, don't commit suicide. Somebody needed to hear that. It might not have been you, but somebody need to hear that. I do often get, hey, bless me with what you said today. But I don't know that person from Adam, and I don't even know if that's a bot. But um, this is how we can do it. We're not going to make it by following the oppressor. He doesn't have a clue. All he has is his plans. And if you want to make the creator of heaven and earth laugh, tell him your plans. I've done it, it works like a charm. So, anyway, I digress. So thank you all for listening. I hope I have an opportunity to listen to you sometime. I hope you come up on my For You page. Salute.